Two, 1, 2. And we live on air, gfmradio.com. It's your host, TC the Colonel, back 2020, second month. We're in February now. Almost in March. Halfway there. Welcome to the show Unravel, where we just unravel the conscious mind. We unravel the thoughts. We unravel what's going on in society. We unravel what's going on social media. We unravel everything. We just come up with topics. We just pick up things. Sometimes we just freestyle. But we get deep into the mind and we go to the good thoughts. So today I've got a special guest. One you recognize and I've interviewed before. And thanks for those who's also been tuning in and catching the views and spreading it as well. And also I've got two other special guests. So I'm just going to introduce them myself and they're going to introduce themselves. So we've got I Am Brother Minister.
That's my brother. We
have the owner and the CEO of African Holistic Wealth and the Holistic Fitness King himself. Yes. There. And we also have one of my senseis to my right hand side, who for many years we had very good conversations and stuff, and very knowledgeable. He was part of my growth. He helped me a lot. So we got Mr. General, aka Pops, for those who know, Free of the Mandem.
Live.
Yeah. So today, let's just say we're gonna unravel the mind of a black man. That's what I'm gonna call it. Just unravel the mind. Let's just strip and keep stripping and stripping. In America right now, it's Black History Month. Also, I want to say rest in peace to Kobe Bryant and rest in peace to all those as well who's died that we might not know who they have been, but if they're connected and they're part of the family tree and everyone in the bloodline, you respect to them and to their families, because we can't just always just mourn one person's death. We must mourn all those who are dying as well, in war and anything or in sickness. So rest in peace to all those who's left this earth, and for those who are still on this earth, let's just try and make it a better place. So yes, as I said, we're here with the three musketeers, the kings, the three wise men, and we're going to get this show cracking. So today's topic, we're going to talk about, like I said, unravel the mind, unravel what's going on in society. There's a lot of things going on. So one thing I would like to kind of start on, let's just say, is a question that, let's just say, is why is Black history before slavery not taught in schools? Let's get straight to the point. It's a question that just wants to be known. Anyone take the mic, feel free.
Well, I think one of the main reasons why they don't actually go before slavery is because of the way we were as a people then and where we are now. I think that's one of the most, because a lot of things that happen before slavery, it's like it's swept underneath the carpet, so it's like you just don't know about it. After slavery, they want to say yes, about all the oppression and all this stuff, because in order to keep everybody in check, is to actually tell them where they've gone wrong, and just to keep them that way.
That's right.
But why?
Because it's a form of control.
Yeah.
If for instance a black child know that a lot of the things that we're using now was created by a black person, that mindset would be different. It would be a different mindset.
That's right. Psychologically, it's defeating when you're constantly being reminded of negativity and you're constantly marinating your mind on negativity. You've grown from young, keep seeing negative. Even when you just think of the words that just put white and black, just open a dictionary and you see all the connotations with white is all positive connotations, all the words there, and all the black ones is all negative connotations. What that does to your mind psychologically, even just as the brother said, if they knew that all of this was created, it creates a different perception in your mind. Like, I can do that. So it's the same kind of thing when growing up, especially in that youth, teenful stage, we see a lot of man on the roads or whatever. That's what becomes now the perceivable, oh, that's what I can do as well. And it's not like not everyone's gonna get enamored by that, but for a lot of us, we're enamored by that. It's enticing.
But why? If we are controlled, if there was a control, but why?
Like to add on to the elder's point, I would say this, that prior to slavery, these people didn't have any history. The European I'm talking about. Any history prior to that is our history, innit?
But they got the Vikings. They got
study the Vikings, yeah. Study the Celts or the Celts and these people that you'd assume are modern day Europeans, and you will find that they're not modern day Europeans. They're actually African people, but they don't want to teach you these things because prior to slavery, black people, African people, they ruled Europe. But they don't want to teach you that we ruled Europe, because what they had to do is they had to make us forget who we are, right, in order for them to reign supreme. Because if we know who we are, we're not going to buy into it. So they teach you that you're nothing, you was a slave, because that benefits them. But if they teach you that, hold on a second, you invented everything on the earth, you're the original people, this earth is really yours, I came into your house as a guest. They don't want to tell you that this is your house. They want to tell you that you're the guest. Come to England, you get a better life. Come to our schools, you get a better education. When they came to Africa, they didn't have anything. Do your research. The Greeks are known, yeah, as the fathers of European civilization, but when they came to Africa, that's where they learned everything. And then they went back to Europe now, to their smaller tribes, and they became king over their smaller tribes. And we allowed them to do it because we was, you know, we was talking about prior to going online. We have this nature, and our nature is to build and not destroy. Do you understand what I'm saying? While everybody else is destroying so they can build. It's a different psychology that we work under, but that is the reason, in my opinion, why. And when you talk about Black History Month, America is a different time to in the UK.
And I was going to get onto that as well.
Because they don't want us to have any unity. Unity is our biggest thing. It's our tool, right? This is, you know, why Marcus Garvey, I say all the time, is the greatest black man ever. And this is why they created the FBI, because of this black man. Yep. And he said, if you look at the J. Edgar Hoover, what he said, he said that I am gonna stop the rise of a black messiah. He called the black man a messiah, you know. What is a messiah?
A unifier.
Those who, that person there who
but according to the scripture, you know, this man is the man of God, you know. He's from the seed of the Most High. So he's not just any man. It's the Messiah, and I'm saying to you that he wants to kill the black man. He wants to kill the black woman, and he's not stopped, innit? And Black History Month, you know, came about at a time, yeah, where there was no black history being taught. So the little black history that they were giving us, because if you read The Miseducation of the Black Man, or The Miseducation of a Black Person, or the Negroes,
who's the author?
Yeah, he's the one that created Black History. He's the one that created Black History Month. Because it was a time where he was trying to encourage black people that, hold on a second, you do have a history, you know. You wasn't just a slave, because, you know, people really believed that we was nothing but slaves. Like, literally. That there was no civilization for black people. When white people came to Africa, we were burning people in pots, like what they put in their movies, and we were savage and barbaric. That's what they think Africa was, but that's not the truth. But we bought into it. Coming from, you know, Jamaica, last point. You know, I used to believe that too when I was growing up in school. Don't call me no African. I'm a Jamaican or I'm a Caribbean. Don't tell me I'm not African. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because Africa was seen as something negative. We don't want to associate with something negative. We see that African people got flies on their face with big bellies, deformed. You know, we don't want to be associated with that. But that's not Africa. That's what they chose to show the parts of Africa, what they stripped of their wealth, you know, and sucked out everything out of them and left the people like that.
From slavery coming forward. If you, so for instance, the British Library, they've got like, I mean, books upon books upon books, and they've got scrolls. They've got stuff that they've taken from Timbuktu and all these other sort of places where they were written information about who we were as a people.
Because they want to keep us in control, and they want to keep the control in it. Powerful people never train powerless people to get power. So they say Black History Month, they teach you about all the passive people in our history, you know. The one that said, let's hold hands with these people and get along. They won't teach us about the rebellious slaves, Shantua. They're not going to teach you about the real warriors, Nat Turner. They're not going to teach you about them people.
Why would you teach your enemy to be like? Why would you evoke?
But then if you walk around London and you look in most of these statues that they've got all around London, they're all sort of, they've got either got a weapon or they're on horses. They're not sort of
passive people.
Yeah. So then they look on black people and they says, well, black people are violent. But then when you talk about all the Vikings and all, they were all violent people. All you learn about history, the one history that you learn about in school is all about violence.
But that's all they're about is violence.
That's all they're about.
Even like Henry the concept of Henry VIII, how you celebrate a man who
cut off his wife, say, "Cause she never give my son."
It's all of it. It's all violence.
But again, it's the way it's. I don't know if the term is patronized, but that made that in a patriarchic way.
Yeah.
When it's made into that kind of patriarchic way, that's what galvanized. That's like how Hitler got the Germans on this thing, and it's a psychological concept, in it. Love for your common people, hate for a common enemy. Yep. It's how rivalries set up in a city, 2 football teams. You get me? You're either going to be this one or this one, and then you're going hard against the other side, and you're going hard for your side. It's that kind of psychological kind of group concept, and it works, and it like.
So it's like a formula. They have there's a formula that I use.
It's a code, isn't it? I think it's a code that they're following. They've got a particular code. I think, as I would call it,
is black culture an environment, or is it about? Is it the people?
So when they say black culture for me, my definition of culture is what you're doing at the time, what you're doing now.
As a people, as where you're in the environment.
Don't forget they'll class knife crime as a black culture. That's what because it's what you're doing at the time.
But is it though?
No, it's not.
No, if you go Cardiff now,
no, it's not.
If you go Cardiff and you places in Scotland, them have stabbing culture, knife culture. We don't have no knife culture.
But that's the way they'll portray it.
Yeah,
because it's something negative. It's always I go along to say that everything that's negative they associate it with black.
Yeah.
But then let's take it a bit further. Let's come on to the food. If everything that's of color is bad, name one food that's white that's good.
You can't.
One natural food that's white that's good.
You can't. Anything natural, even if you look at rice.
If you look at white, I was literally trying to actually think of something.
They bleach the rice to make it white. That's not good food.
You just think. It doesn't matter what you think of. That's natural.
Apart from what Dr. Sebi said, is an egg good for you?
No.
No.
Why would you think? Why would you think that? That's a different conversation. We could be all day.
That one is going to go.
I'm just saying, because see a lot of the guys in the gym, busting out their eggs, and they're going to be disappointed when they hear it. What you mean? What you mean?
I mean,
but it's true what you said. It's the misinformation. Because even growing up or whatever, like even though I grew up veggie, growing up there was always this kind of thing of like, if you don't eat meat, you can't get big and all of that. And
gorillas don't eat meat.
Elephants don't eat meat.
But then when you look at like what made me, I haven't watched it yet, but there was some recent documentary, some vegan documentary or whatever, and there's a part that I did see that someone sent me a clip where they were talking about the kind of like the media promotion in like the 80s, 90s, that kind of drive. A lot of it was based on like real men eat meat.
Steak.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. And Arnie in that one. Yeah, I've seen it.
So it's like a lot of that kind of like culture, propaganda or whatever.
See, that's a key word you mentioned there as well. Propaganda. Because going to the Black history and going back to our existence. Yeah, if we just add it to around their propaganda machine, is dangerous.
It's sharp.
And this is the reason why that we've got the division, because they propagate that. Even from the conception of when they came into Africa, they saw that we was tribal and they used that against us. They propagate. You're smarter than them people, Like them people don't really have much sense. Here, take this gun. You understand what I'm saying? You can rule this place here, Yeah, man, we'll back you.
Observe the weaknesses and exploit it.
And at the same time, they probably back the next man and say, yeah, what, you smarter than him,
but they're still doing
and then give him the gun too.
They're still doing it now.
No, they did. Say, for example, like the Shanti and the Fanti, the British went to the
Fanti.
Yeah, the
and
British
went to the Portuguese.
The Dutch, no, at the time were like the Dutch and the English.
Yeah, was with the Ashanti.
Whatever. You get me? And the Dutch went to the English. And same kind of thing.
No, but I'm saying,
they linked up in the Berlin Conference or whatever. But they've come there and the Dutch gone to them like, look, they're gonna rise up. They're gonna take these. And the English went to them like, they're gonna rise up.
I hear that, but the point I was making that you get the same man. Like if I'm warring them two man here, I'm gonna back both of them and I'm just rolling with the winner. That's how them man they move. They just want to roll with the winner.
It was the same thing because even though they came there on, alright, this is Dutch, this is English. On the thing is, they had already decided, alright, you're taking this. But they were just helping each other. You get me? It's like, your mission is you need a bit more. All right, come, let's rework the plan.
Well, that's where the wars come, innit? Can't man get England start get greedy or Belgium start get greedy and whatever and start, you know.
No, that was the wars, and that's why the man brought the Berlin Conference, because the European wars, the European wars,
so they can obviously balance it. But what I was gonna get to, even going back to what he's saying, is cool. There's something where I always say this. It's like, how do you get into the minds, or how do you help the minds of the young kids of today who see as the history is not as important as getting money? Because what happens now is this, like, say we're all like from an older generation, so we've learned, we felt we've had experience, we understand that the barrier of what's not been taught to us, what we must now also accomplish ourselves, but to pass on, because we're saying the torch that has been passed on got kind of light, it kind of got dim before we, from our generation, in, let's say, the land of England. So what is it? Because in the world, is we're black people everywhere. It's a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? Different knowledge, different timings, everything's a different dimension. It's like a time machine, isn't it? So as those who coming from this land are going through their life system, and then you look at America, they're going through their advancements. So what's happening now is that our consciousness is becoming aware. But what my point I'm trying to make is that we do a lot of, they say that we do a lot of, like, we know what the white people have done. We know. We've gone past that stage now where there's some who don't know, but it's also always good to know. But
doing.
Yeah, of what's been done. No, but what's been done.
But let's talk.
And what's still doing now.
I'm saying, let's for the listeners.
No, let's finish. Wait, what's I saying?
Then slavery. So when we focus on the slavery in the past or whatever, a lot of it is like the physical brutality. When you see like things like Congo and you see the chopped off arms or whatever, we're not getting chopped off arms. Whatever, the game's different now, but they've still carried on the game. You get me? But for us, if a lot of us, our recognition of white supremacy is slavery, it's hard for us to be able to perceive what white supremacy is in the present day, because it has a complete different form.
Which is
we've studied the old form to the T.
So we focus on the new. Not saying that you don't focus. One thing, correct me if I'm wrong. Like he said, you have history is important. So I'm gonna get back to why is it important. It's a piece of you. When it's a piece of you, it adds into the missing pieces. Then. Like, so cool, let's just say this is a different type of format of, like, you know, different conscious mind. So those guys who are awakened, there's guys who run from it, there's guys who keep going for it. So once you become awakened, they be like, what do you mean you're awakened? Awakened means when you know your history, you know yourself. When it means when you're challenging the laws that you live in, that you say, nah, this ain't right. Knowing that this world that you're living in ain't right. That's where there's a section, there's a many of us out there, women, men, even, you don't have to be black, some are even different races who you can see. But like my thing said, like, the Chinese won't wait to tell you that you are the guys. You have to awaken yourselves. They're gonna do what they're doing. Everyone's gonna do what they're doing. No one's gonna tell you, you know, you're those guys, right? You know, you're the man. You know, you're the woman. You know, you're the guys. No. They're gonna carry on.
That means you have no friends then, innit?
But like Dr. Henry Clark said, since the day when people came into where we came from, the motherland, Africa, Afrikaans, whatever they want to call it, when they keep changing names, no one has been our friend. You name me one friend that you have.
So why are we so friendly? But the point I got,
because that's nature. That's nature, isn't it?
But that's what I asked the question. The mindset. The culture. Black culture. What is black culture?
But I'm saying, is that benefiting us, innit?
No, it's not. Regardless of it's
no, but I can't really look at it regardless of it.
It's a natural thing here, because
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I'm looking at it from a different angle. Innit? I get what you're saying.
I know it don't benefit us, but you're saying why are we like that?
I'm adding on to the point that what the brothers are saying when we're saying that it's not in our face, innit? Yeah, I'm going somewhere with this, you know, and I'm saying that when you go to the circus, and you have the lion or the tiger in the circus, at first they have this thing tied up, with some heavy chains, because they know the power of this lion, you know. But what they do is they tame this lion, and they get to the point that this lion is on a little petty piece of string now. Them all play with the lion, put their head in the lion's mouth.
Come to pet it.
Them all pet the lion, and I'm saying that this is the stage that we're at now, and where they've got us, where they need us now. That we're just moving for them. We're not even thinking. We don't even understand our nature, that we're lions and we have the ability to kill everything in the earth when we roar and scare everybody. We're just moving like a caged animal or man in our circus now.
Is that due to the fact that we don't know ourselves? Or the individual doesn't know himself?
It comes down to the same thing. It comes down to this, because if you don't know yourself, you can't know nothing else. Everything that you know will only confuse you.
And if you don't know yourself, you allow somebody else to tell you who you are.
Yeah,
and who they're telling us we are, we're buying NIGGA, that's who you are, you're a bad B. And the girls believe it. And we're top shotters and we're trap stars. And the youths, them, this is going to the youths them now. Got to answer your question, like, how do we get the youth them? Your question, my thing is this, I reason with these youths. I used to work in a children's home talking to these youths them or whatever, and I always tell them this is a war, you know, they don't get it. No, but don't. I say, when you go to court, yeah, and I come to court with you, you see how I defend you. You see what I say to these people, you know, to get you out of here, you know. But I'm saying it's still your choice. You gotta understand that these people are out to get you. They're trying to destroy they're waiting for you to turn 18, yeah, so they can lock you up. They're letting you build up your records. Because when you go to court after your 18th birthday and you got beer priors, they're just shipping you out. It's a plan. Like, you got to understand that this is a plan. Like, my grandmother used to say to me, listen, you got to work harder. You're black, you got to work twice as hard. I didn't understand her. I used to say to her why. I don't think she understood why. She just know that the colour of the skin and where you're coming from, you forget a fight. But we need to understand why now. And now we can navigate. If when someone's speaking to me in a language, yeah, that I don't understand, I can't communicate with them. But if they're speaking to me in a language I understand, and this is the same thing with them, that the people that's dealing with us a certain way, we're not speaking their language. We need to start speaking the language that they're dealing with. Like Marcus Garvey was trying to get us to speak their language, was trying to get us to be powerful. And we need to tell the youths, them, listen, don't believe what they're telling you are. They're going to send you to prison, bro. They want you in prison. You're going to stab a man or kill a man that looks just like you. Yeah, and then go to prison. 2 black families are destroyed. And you're going to be sitting in prison for what, bro? Over an argument, a postcode. That you're only in that postcode because your mum never had enough money to leave the area. She got social housing. And that's where the social housing put them. If the housing moved them to the same area they're warring, they would have been warring against the same area that they're defending now. Like, we don't own nothing. We don't own these streets. If you look at American gang problems, yeah, they just knock down the block. Now everything you represented is gone. If the tattoos on your arm, the whole thing's gone. Like, don't believe what they're telling you are, young man. Like, don't believe that, innit? Like, you're gonna make the choices. I know that you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You're gonna make money. I'm not saying not to make no money, but be smart, innit? Know that these people are not your friends. Like, learn how to navigate in this world that we're living in, man. The black man is the first to be murdered out here, across the world. Like, know that you are like, you know, like you go to a gun range and you have the mark. You are like the
because the I'm saying that. In today's society and social media, a lot of black women from all different type of shades will always complain that a black man ain't, you know, it's giving them to the point where they feel like they have to be independent.
I've got one question.
Yes.
Can one unclap?
I understand.
If you're in a club, yeah, and you're slapping on a girl's behind, you don't know the girl, yeah, you're degrading the woman in it, but yeah, you like it, I understand it, but at the same time, she's allowed you to degrade her. So I'm saying that we are degrading the black woman. The black woman is degrading herself, and as the black man, we degrade ourselves too. But we're being taught to degrade ourselves. Yeah, man. Everything around us is degraded. The music that we listen to, niggas, bitch. It's not telling you, oh, my woman is a queen, I'm gonna treat her good, she bring forth my youth, them and my family, our warrior family, and it's only reggae music kind of did that, to be fair. You know, made you proud to be a father and have a family. But our thing was have enough girl, breed up the. Yeah, this is what we're being taught. The woman is a bitch. MOB, money over. This is what we're being taught, innit? So yes, the black woman is disrespected.
But even if say cool, we've been taught that, which is right. It's to say that those who've searched history and stuff to understand the beginning of music industry, and then when black people actually came on TV, there was a time in life where. I don't know what century it was or year, but when the TV thing, when they put black people on TV, the first thing I saw in America was like, they have the white man come in, he'll be like, hey Mary, how you doing? She'll be like, oh thank Jesus Christ, Mr. McDonald, man, you fine and stuff. And they'll be like, yeah man, Mary, man, where's your son? And Jeffrey will come and be like, hey, how you doing, man? How you doing, Mr. Jeffrey? And then they'll be like, and then the black woman, I swear down, check it out, the black woman will tell her son, yo, just say, Jeffrey, you gotta be like Mr. McDonald. He gonna teach you how to play the piano, and you gonna go to school, you gonna go to college. It's the same thing this woman in the 50s or 60s or 40s was saying on TV is what my mum was telling me when I was about 12. So anyway, just cutting, remixing again back to that. The dehumanizing the women section is that. Yeah, we have been taught that. But we still carry it on. So are we our own problems now? Have we gone to a stage where we are our own problems?
Can I add this to just switch up? Because some people will be listening and say, why is it all man always getting the bashing? Have you ever been with a woman trying to deal good by the woman, but the woman is just a bad woman?
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's a balance now. I'm saying that the man is out of sync.
Yeah.
The woman is out of sync. So everything we're doing is out of sync, my brother.
Yeah.
We haven't been taught to understand each other. You
Yeah.
know, we haven't been taught to
How
say
to love each other.
We've been taught to
But they
hate
gave us
each other.
they'll say they gave us the 90s. They gave us R&B.
No. We've been taught how to have sex with somebody.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, that's a difference to making love. They were sexualized the black woman. They did it from slavery. They had the black woman with the mad back. Yeah, just stand up and they'll watch.
They call her Lucy.
Yeah, all right. So
and
I'm saying to you now, the black woman just wants to show the mad back. Programming fire.
That's what it is.
We've been programmed to behave this way, bruv. And somebody is up there saying, yeah, you know what? Let's vibe this up some more, innit? Let's see how bad they will get. And they give certain people more money to degrade the black woman some more. And more women to degrade the black man some more. Because even though Beyonce here is a good image for black women, when you come out with a more independent woman now, right? What are you saying? And if you listen to some of these women out there that's gonna complain, even when I'm saying this, when they say to you, I don't need no man, you know, I got a house, I got my car, but hold on, that's nothing to do with what a man is. Why does you having a house and a car equivalent to you not needing a man no more? So you don't even understand what a man is. And it goes vice versa for the woman. Cause I'm balanced at that. Some man don't know what a woman is and the value of a woman either. They need to be taught that I've got a good woman. I need to treat my woman better. I need to do right by my woman. But we have to be taught this, my brother. We have to love our race and ourselves a bit more. We have to love our children a bit more to be around them sometimes, even if the relationship breaks up and you're not around the woman, just deal with a certain way. We've got to now be mature to say, you know what, all right then, my children's mother, not baby mother, because I don't know no other race of people that call the mother of their child a baby, you know. But that's another topic for another day. But we just want to mash up the thing now. You understand what I'm saying to you, bruv? And we're not mature to say, you know what, things didn't work out. Let's not make the children suffer now. So now the child grows up with not knowing what a family is, what a mum and dad is, or they're in the house seeing two toxic people. That's not good for the child. So that child grows up and either sees his mum get abused physically, and grows up and either says, I'm not going to abuse a woman, or sees that as normal. Then that child is going through some difficulties, my brother. So a lot of the times you see in children...
You know, and respecting, to even make them feel like they don't have to be against us. They can also would like to empower us as well, but we failed on that, and we want to now kind of give ingredients to how do we improve on it, because we all have kids, and I believe we don't want our sons to be, when they reach our age, or even when they reach an age, to be calling women, disrespecting them hoes, you bitch, like come here, like, you know, obviously men are going to be men in a different type of concept, but we can be diluted. I mean, it doesn't have to be like as an overall, like the way they see it, each other. And the same way as like you were saying earlier on, like with women, seeing if a man doesn't have a financial thing, is that it? Without money, does that mean he's not a man? You know, because a woman will say, if she doesn't cook, does that mean I'm not a woman? I can, you know, I do things, I can work as hard as you, I can do what you do. I've had a conversation with these, still like debates. But like, so cool, fair enough. But in today's time, we want to love, we want to be better, we want to keep closer. You feel that we just go to white women or other women and we disrespect you, and you know, we're just there. But actually, it hasn't been proven. It's been proven that in ancient history, there's no such thing as a black man has to stick to one woman. He's been proven that he has more than one woman. I'm just saying. I'm not gloating it. I'm just saying it's not been a law, but he's had more than one. But anyway, happy Valentine's to all the ladies out there and stuff, yeah? Shout out to Uncle.
himself.
He's had to throw it there sometimes. But yeah, real talk. So what's your views on that? Like going back to what we was talking about.
Well, you know, I don't remember, you know, exactly what we was, you know, word for word, but I remember the sentiment. And the sentiment is this that I'm saying, and it is that, you know, we have to be taught to love each other. We have to be taught what a man is. Like, and I was saying that a woman can't teach me how to be a man. It's impossible. Do you understand? A man have to teach a man how to be a man. You know, like in African tradition, you go through manhood programs. You get
Manhood
taught.
Academy, shout out.
You go through manhood training, and you have to be taught how to be a man. We don't have that no more. And a lot of the time we're leaning on our own understanding. And a woman is not being taught how to be a woman either. Do you understand what I'm saying? So she's leaning on her own understanding as well. And her understanding is the understanding that they've given her, innit? She listens to music, and we've listened to music now because music is very important. That's why a lot of the people, them, even going back to the last interview we had, do you know how much people I had coming to me with that comment that I made about the music? When I'm saying to the people, them, rather than you fight against the youths, them, the drill music and that, why don't you just listen to it and see the mind of where your child's at? Rather than you just, you know what I mean? I got enough people coming and saying that it's killing our youth, but they've never tried to reach the youth, sit down with the youth, talk to them, you know, going off. But, you know, going back to that, you know, we have to be taught to do that, and we have to have values. You mentioned appreciate, and to appreciate someone means to value them. Do we really value each other? Do we really appreciate each other? Do we really love each other? And then you mentioned a man, this man. Like, this is a European thing, innit? Man. You know what I'm saying? Woman must be in the kitchen. That's not really our thing, innit? Like, woman was not just in the kitchen, bro. Mm-hmm. You know, the black woman is what the word multi-faceted.
Agricultural.
You know, she can do so much things. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? And the black man can do so much things also. You understand? We shouldn't be limited. Do you know, the European woman had to create feminism because she was being oppressed by her counterpart. Because he didn't even want to give her the right to vote. He didn't even believe that she had the capability to understand politics. When the black man in our customs, we would go home and, you know, talk to our woman and she would give us the encouragement. You know, the woman was known as the, you know, the twin half, you know, together. You know, we will make who we're supposed to be. You know, you mentioned Marcus Garvey, or I did. You know, he had a great wife, Amy J. You know, like you know, when he was going through, when they deported him, she fought for him. Like a lot of the books that we have of Marcus Garvey, it was her collecting his information. And I was mentioning Betty Shabazz. You know, a lot of the time, we mentioned the man. And we forget that there's women too, you know, that have been doing the business and holding down the fort, while a lot of us wanted to go to white women, wanted to go experience other things. They had no choice but to raise the children. And the reason why we're messed up, a lot of the cases, is because there has been no man in the home. Because a woman can't raise a man how to be a man. She can only assume what she thinks a man is, and she may never have a father. So how can she tell me what a man is if she's never seen a man in action? She's going by what she saw on TV or what she thinks now. Do you get what I'm saying? So we need to be taught these values again now, moving forward. That's the solution. The solution is for us to understand each other, have some compassion for each other. Like when we meet people, you know.